Before long, someone starts laughing happily, and then others join in. Hmm. I'm watching the scene from outside the circle. It's my turn to guard the party right now. Since the meal began, I've been sitting on a stump that Aisha have been occupying until we switch places, watching the entrance to the room. Although I have to admit it, I've been using only one ear to listen for monsters. The other has been following the conversation inside. Okay, it's gonna take a very long to read it. What's up, anime lovers? Zack Breakers is on the house! Yeah! And it's been a long time since the previous videos I have uploaded there. I know there's a world pandemic crisis is going on, so I'm just moving on and talking about different topics there. And knowing that the topic that came up not done with that, I presume that I got into all the light novels. Take a look the background a bit. It's so many novels to see it there. Good looking night novels there going on, and I say it's pretty much a tall demand to see the hitting cells that it shows everything there, and I'm very glad about that. Well, you see the everyday that we have the anime series that we have to watch and feel entertained. Then you choose to read the manga and saying the lines, "My wa mo shinderu nani?" Yeah, it gives a different one. It's similar to comics, and in the sense of the origins from Japan, but this time we're going to, step up to the next level, and that is reading the light novels. Of course, these are the examples of light novels. Of course, you know the kind of anime titles, and of course you already seen and witnessed the kind of updatation that we see what's happening there. Of course, there's a lot of novels selling out there, even outside in Japan. And take a look at that one. You got thousands of light novels coming up, and I just say this. Well, you got a lot of doing there. If you don't know what is the light novel, this is how it is. Example of the light novel Sword Art Online. It's Japanese and it's very how is it read like that. But in English, it's the same as the novel as you know it, or same as the books. So typically, you see the any form of novels like that, and it's gotta be tremendously a lot of things to do. And to be honest, there I just don't know what the title will be there. So I just choose the simpler one, which is that just their personal viewpoint and you know the topical discussion about light novel and how will I feel about that. So in all this sense there, before knowing or get in touch with the light novel, your prerequisite is simply reading. You have to read. Simply, novels. Normally, if you're familiar with textbooks, books, or reading books, then you come across with this one. Well, definitely is a lot of books to do. Of course, those are books, but definitely, specifically, the right term, novels, is definitely a very vast knowledge that normally can find it in the Wikipedia, the internet, or today's information. It's not going to be help. These books have unique writing. Every book, every novel has a kind of writing that no information has this form of writing. So all of the novels will come with the novelty of it. And of course, as you know it there, since it's light novel, which is the lighter version of the complicated books or novels, which is we give a simple description of everything. And the one more thing, it's gotta be you have to think or describe what the story goes on. You gotta imagine. You gotta imagine a lot of things because when reading the light novel, you're gonna end up thinking that, oh, that's how it is and this and there, and I'm sure you realize that is gonna be a uh, top job or task to stop and think like that. And it's not gonna be pretty hard way to establish the settings, because normally when reading the light novel, it's gonna be not the hard way or hard beat to simply do it. It's just that you make the effort to to do it there. I mean, for my case there, well, actually, my very first impression about reading light novel made me slightly turn off. You know why? Because when you read this one there, and I can say, oh, it's very interesting, and the only problem is that the the person's view and the way who's talking is much, it's a little bit the unique way, or a flashing discovery. I uh, wasn't guard in, so I was dumbfounded to see that kind of the ordinary writing. So I just turned off and closed the light novel, and I just moved to the other the ordinary hobbies I am currently do. So that's how it is. But once you stick to that kind of light novel, I just okay, let's say let's do it there. I read it slowly, not skim it, but read slowly, and then and feel it. You have to feel it about the light novel, because the writing will come up with some sort of the description. Every writing will show up the descriptions of the emotions, the characteristics of the character, and finally the settings. Of course, the settings maybe come up with, oh, this is this is how it is. But you might wondering that imagining that is how it is, it might be messy in your mind there. So if imagination is not your thing, I'm sorry, light novel is not what I'm going to recommend. But if you're going to read it further to your liking, then my guess is that do it slowly. My better advice, if you want to enhance the imagination, go and watch the anime franchise. That way, it got a better image of how the light novel materialize it, because the anime franchise are there to present because it's based on light novel, and it's already materialized into scenery of, you know, how the descriptions fit in. So that's how it is. And presently it's a little bit shorter than any ordinary novel because it's easy to read. It is not hard to, you know, sway away there. So just that's how it is there. For me, my case is that I happen to start it with the my first and the current novel, which is Danmanchi. Yeah, or in other words, is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon? So, so I choose it as my first light novel. It's okay because this is my this. I think it's a recommended start. It's not the for the uh, beginners recommendation recommended by the otakus. I just happened to start myself by myself and my idea to start with Danmachi. So of course I start with volume 1. You know why? Not just the where the final episode of the season, whatever it is, ends there. It's like people, I started where did it the anime stops, and it's read it somewhere in the line. So my guess is that, my goodness, I feel that you're gonna miss a lot because in light novel there are so many unnecessary uh, scenario scenarios or the kind of setting not really happen in the either a manga or in anime, because the light novel inside has so many unnecessary but fruitful and meaningful uh, scenarios that the readers want to see, because there are many um, something that you could pop up. Oh, something's calling. Sorry for the call. That's a call that I just rang already. So anyway, continue on. Yeah, because there are so many contents that are not found in manga chapters and anime franchise. So it's already there. All of the thoughts, other description, miscellaneous exists in the light novel. So that's the benefits that it can contain, different from the manga and the anime. So of course, if this is the if you want to read it there, then try to read the some of the contents that you may not really adapted those into manga and anime. Then I guess the other recommendation that I could see, well, I'll just go with some of the list that I could see if it is worth enough to read, because anime existed and it comes into light just because, not just because it adopted from the manga, but also from light novels. So since the anime franchise come into being released there, because it's just the cells being heated there, then of course those are the best reference that you can check up there based on the light novel. So if you want to see the reference there, then your imagination can increase it, because that's based on the reference that the anime or the manga materialize the scenery of it, or the what you call this, the background of it in the manga. So from the how worth is to read the light novel. Well, I could say that um, there are so many contents that you could see. You would just feel that, oh, I could feel that this person says or thinks about that, and it is pretty worth it. And other scenarios and the other conversations came to the light a bit are different from the anime or the manga, which will give you the the full understanding of how this character says or thinks or whatever it is. And that's the the nature of it. It's pretty worth it because I just finished finished reading up to the latest latest volumes of the particular light novel like Danmachi, but since it's the first and the latest one, so I will have to uh, reprocess of what how do I feel at that one. It's great. It's not that addicted there. It's just that it is over obsessed in that light novel. I mean the pros of reading the light novels is like that. Oh, this is so interesting. I gotta see it there. It's not there in the anime. Oh, I gotta see it there because it is after the season ends, and it's very very you know uh, piles up. Like it brings me interested in that. Well, the other cons is that yeah, it takes time to that, and some are that oh only pictures. Yeah, it's full of text, full of text there. So that's a hard call. And lastly is the what you call this the writing. Of course, it's very simple, but uh, sometimes there are some areas that you don't understand. What do you mean about that? Then it will be a little bit hard to to reprocess your imagination of it. So that's the worthiness of reading in night novel. So I guess the um, my idea and topic called discussion about it will make sense to you. So I hope you find what you want or what you like to start or begin with there. Not don't follow the what I like for example Danmanchi. Just follow what is your first light novel. It's okay that you can start just because it's from the anime franchise or manga. You're getting started. So I just get it. I feel it. I feel myself too. That I like to move on there and take some new hobby or just just to kill time there. We don't regard any excuses like coronavirus. We don't care about that one. We only cared about your new leave to start with the or care with reading a light novel. So I'm very happy there. I also happy and proud of myself that I started recently, like probably few days to do ago, and I really made it up very quickly because I just obsessed. That's the feelings I just felt about the night novels. So so that's all for my video. So thank you for watching my video, and I hope you like some of the anime and you want to start with the light novel. Go ahead. So I'll see you next time. Goodbye.